Alright. I like how the chat's like, our Esther! Oh my god, okay, so... Man, we're just gonna keep on doing this again and again and again. Alright? Loving it. Okay, so... Let me change... this. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, let's go back to what she was talking about. She would be free. She would be free. Esther, Esther, please wake up. Esther. Do you know who's called it? Do you know who did it? I hope there's not a part 6. Hopefully. I don't know why my internet is bad. Y'all everywhere. I'm just behind the moon. Hey, Galen. I didn't get to watch the other part, but oh well. Huh? Alright. She jerked upright, drawing into a choked gasp. Sweat pooled in her shirt and drifting from her forehead to her cheeks. Senya! I knew it. Esther! To her surprise, Senya threw herself forward into a sudden hug, not seeming to mind that Esther was all but drenched. Those small arms clung tightly around her neck, and she could feel Senya giving her a reassuring squeeze. What happened? You must be having a horrible nightmare. I heard you crying from upstairs, and I came down to see you shuddering here. After she drew back, Senya gazed at Esther with obvious worry, biting her lower lip. You'd thrown off all the blankets, but you were soaked in sweat. I thought you had a fever. Yeah, it was a dream. Bro, Senya is off the hook. Senya is still queen. As the shock of her dream faded, a sense of sheepishness overtook her relief from waking up. Yeah, it was a nightmare. I'm sorry, I made you worry. It was only a bad dream. I'm not sick. For whatever reason, she found herself hesitating as she reassured Senya. The medicine. Since she started taking it, her sleeps were rarely peaceful, although she never awoken in such a state before. More like a nightmare. Esther. Do you wanna— Oh! 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 Yes! Oh my god, I swear, they're gonna do everything by hand-holding! And I'm gonna get so mad! Dude. I'm gonna get so mad if they don't handhold in the end. That's why my Esther is wearing her red shirt. To be honest, that was true. She was wearing her red shirt. Alright, go for it, Kaylin. Bro, Yuri stuff immediately after the nightmare? Game be rewarding for believing in Senya? Yeah! Yeah! I totally believed in Senya! Do you want to sleep upstairs with me? What? Bruh, even she was shooketh. She is shooketh. The bed I use is really big, so there's plenty of room, but you might feel less scared if you had someone else nearby. Come on, just say yes! Maybe you're afraid when you fall asleep, all alone in this dark room. A deep concern shone in Senya's eyes, but something else seemed present in— What's that something else? What's that something else? What's that something else? Seemed present in her anxious words. Something that almost sounded like guilt. Okay. Oh, okay. I was hoping for something else. Okay, guilt. I believe in her too! Yeah, I totally did! Not fall for that! Ha 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 ha. I knew Senior was pure! Ha 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 ha. Yeah! I better not ask anything. I knew Senior was an angel. The music is good. Please do. Please do. The music is good though. Something that almost sounds like you. The music is copyright claimed, so I'm not making anything off of these. But oh well. Only if you have me around would it. Only if having me around wouldn't bother you. I think I probably toss and turn in my sleep all the time. Ah, my poor Esther. You have a lot of nightmares. Esther slowly nodded. Well, you do not need to worry about me. I am a really heavy sleeper. I only heard you because I woke up to drink some water. Come on, let's go upstairs. I'll get you another one of Papa's shirts. You shouldn't stay in that one. It's so damp. I've always loved Senna to be honest, lol. Consume 1 chips per day. Who even dared to say Santa was evil? Yeah, she's queen. I know, right? Taking Esther. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I win. I win. Let's go. Let's go. You see this? Taking Esther's hand. Yes! I actually won! Yes! Hand holding! Let's go! I don't have to do it! Okay. Gordon, shush! Give this to me! Give this to me! No, you don't have to eat a whole watermelon. You guys just have to share and promote. But I don't have to collab with my mother. Oh my god. Not. Hey! Hey! Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you guys talking about, huh? No, I'm gonna eat a house. You guys can do whatever you want, but do this thing, okay? Do the thing. Okay, do the thing. Was there even a deal? Yes, there was a deal! Oh my god! This is the deal! So you're saying I'm taking my mug instead of I'm holding my mug? Yes. It's taking her hand, but not holding. You take someone's hand. You are technically holding the hand. I am holding my mug if I take it. I didn't even know about that. Guys, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? It's a blink. Guys, what are you guys doing? You guys signed up for this. You guys better go out there and talk. Why are you streaming separately? Oh, you mean the multiple stream parts? Oh, it's because my internet keeps on clicking out. But I actually just want to finish the stream. So, yes, there was a deal. Oh my god. Gonna get so mad at you guys. I'm already mad at you guys. Sia led her out of the living room, starting up her usually stream of airy chatter. In the wake of her unnerving dream, it was soothing to hear Senior's bubbling words. They helped to block out the lingering echo of that cold, harsh rejection still resonating in Esther's mind, even if they couldn't completely erase it. Done watching it, it was so hilarious. Yeah, but you meant holding hands, like they're romantic and stuff. No, I said holding hands. I never said anything about romantic and stuff. I said holding hands, meaning they're holding each other's hand. I wasn't here when you were. That's cheating. This was agreed upon by the main people, so there was. Oh my god, guys! You guys are frustrating me. I can't do any challenges if you guys are going to keep on being like this. Anyways. Hey Sam, welcome. I'll save this for later. Yes, they did hold hands. One of them took the other hand. My head hurts. Oh my god. After they reached the bedroom, Santa gave her another of Isaiah's black shirts and left to go fold the sofa's blankets while Esther changed. A few minutes later, the cute girls were sleepily crawling into the soft bed, eagerly to escape the cold night air. Yeah, y'all just have to promote me or just share it. I didn't even think I was gonna win. She angry right now. Yeah, I'm angry. Bruh, they held hands. What do you mean, where's my mom? My mom's not here. My mom's doing yoga. Somewhere else. Big difference. What do you mean? I'll die if I keep on holding my pills instead of taking it, you know. Big difference. We haven't lost yet, Scout. What the? What? Oh my god. You guys. Yes, they did. This is making me lose brain cells, and I don't understand why it is. It's the same thing. She grabbed the hand, that means she's holding it. Maybe it was, yes it was! She said she grabbed her. It was on the, she said she grabbed her hand. Don't try to make this different. Oh my god. My god, Cachexia, shush your UC. Oh my god. Maybe, no, she did. Oh my god. You know, maybe she meant holding hands instead of grabbing the hand. Okay? Scalec, my brain is dying right now. My brain is dying even. Yes. Both are holding hands, but there's a difference. Shush your difference. Oh my god. It's only 7 seconds instead of 8 seconds. What does that matter? She meant grabbing the wrist? How do you know, huh? What if she meant holding hands instead of grabbing hands? You know? The content is only 15%, 50%. How do you know if it's 50%? Oh my god, we haven't looked. How is this sad to watch? You know, I'm just gonna... I won. You guys just gotta accept it. Okay? Anyways, continuing on. I have to finish this game. Unlike the sofa, there was plenty of room to be had. Esther gratefully stretched out beneath the sheets. Good night, Esther. If you have another bad dream, I'll be here. Just wake me up, alright? Alright. Sleep well, Senya. You too. Ah! With that, they both fell asleep. Senya shifted a few times, that let out a contented exhale before growing still. It wasn't long before Esther heard her breathing settle into a slow, steady rhythm, signaling that she'd already fallen asleep. I don't want Scalec to be popular. Well, okay. You still lost the challenge, though. I'm unsatisfied. Oh my god. I am too. Nah, I don't really care. Oh my god, I'm spilling. Spilling the beans. Oh. So y'all just not gonna keep your promise? Oh shoot. I did drop a goldfish. Anyways, I need to finish the game anyways. Okay. Rolling over onto her back, Esther exhaled a grim, quiet sigh. Certainly this bed was far cozier than the couch, thanks to both comforted mattress and Senior's reassuring presence nearby. But despite Esther's deep tiredness, her mind refused to let her sleep again so easily. She lay awake in silence, staring into space with her eyes half open, repeating the vivid events of her dream. Senior. The memory of her words haunted Esther. As foolish as it was, she couldn't help but wonder if her nightmares mirrored reality. No! No, 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 no! Don't think it's real! Senya loves you! Esther? Calm down, Esther. It's fine. Huh? What happened to holding the chips? What? I mean, we lost, but other people can't accept the truth. What was the deal again? Was it to eat an orange with the skin intact? No, it was to promote me. But really, anything is fine. Like, literally just asking your friend, or just literally saying, like, a smallest thing. Like, I really don't care the amount of effort you put into it. If that's good enough. Bruh, that is very much good enough. Like, I really don't have any, like, I don't really mind as much as the amount of effort you put into it. Because literally anything would help. Nice. Okay. As foolish as it was, she couldn't be helped by wondering if her nightmare mirrored reality. Perhaps there was some semblance of truth, but even if the real Senna would never be so blunt about her feelings, she might resent Esther and not admit it to herself consciously. Can't blame Esther for thinking that way. Okay, that's true. That's true. I'm not blaming Esther for feeling like that. It's just... It's so frustrating when there's two people in a relationship and they're just not talking to each other like an actual good relationship. Cooking stream when? When I can find a recipe to cook with. I can't cook with anything on stream probably. That's not sushi. Esther needs therapy, bro. My Esther has some sickness. Yo, true. I hope Esther is healed one day. If I were to make a clip, this debate is sure a golden clip. How is this debate a golden clip? Cook potato? What? I don't think I would carry my stove upstairs. I don't think I can do that. She might resent Esther. Oh, not this. Because of how kind Sina was, it was impossible to know if she was just making her unhappiness for Esther hate. Masking her unhappiness. What confused her most, though, was the Monacion. Why had she been drawn to it like that? In the real world, the place unnerving her, and she didn't even want to get close to it. But in the dream, it had been calling out to her so beautifully. Promising freedom, what a pain she didn't even realize she had. Something else puzzled her too. Sina said she cried out in her sleep, but Esther couldn't remember any sharp fear in the dream. There had been nothing that frightened or attacked her, which made it odd that she awoken in a cold sweat. If anything, the last part of her dream was almost pleasant. Perhaps she really had suffered a brief fever, and unknowing the side effect of the medicine. Or else her subconscious was hiding something from her waking self. True. As she emerged from her brooding thoughts, Esther suddenly noticed a weight on her arm. Startled, she glanced downward, her eyes swiftly widening at what she saw. Huh? Smashing some potatoes? Bro, I'm just gonna smash potatoes. Mashed potatoes time. The PC is a portable stove. Nice. Yeah, queen, carry that stove. I believe in you. Hey, Gleam Eyes. I'm carrying that stove. Let's go. A hot potato with salt, and I eat it. Noise. I'm out. Smashed potato it is. There's no such thing that grandma can't carry. Yeah, I'm so buff. She has some muscle. She can lift that stove. Ah, yes. I'll just cut out the whole oven and I'll just carry it upstairs. What are you talking about? I carry the whole kitchen upstairs. Oh my god. Her eyes were swiftly widening at what she saw. Ooh! Yes! Oh my god! So cute! Buff grandma. This is so cute. Oh my god. Sia had curled up against her, clutching Esther like an oversized stuffed animal. So cute. Oh my god. Carry stove piece by piece. Let's go. The object. Skolek is so Chad. The object comes alive and go. Cute. Hold her hand. Hold hands. This is. Wait, this is holding hands. I guess. Yay. This sight is a blessing. Oh my god. It's so cute. This is so cute. Oh my god. Why she hit so hard when I broke those plates as a kid. What? Gleam eyes. What? She seemed fast asleep. Her movements must have been unconscious. A warm sensation bloomed in her chest. Sina looked so small, so innocent, so calm compared to her normal self. As strong as she was, she seemed as defenseless as a small kitten in the arms of sleep. She trusted Esther enough to let all her guard fall to the wayside, utterly at peace while next to her friend. How dare she hug my Esther? Steam Buds, you're still onto that? Oh, I see nothing wrong. So this is a visual novel. Yeah, it's a visual novel. It stirred in Esther a longing to protect the smaller girl, no matter the cost. Closing her eyes, she felt her body finally begin to relax, lulled back to sleep by Sina's comforting presence. Her arm was bent at a slightly uncomfortable angle, but she didn't dare move, not while Sina was sleeping so soundly. Soon she hardly noticed at all, her thoughts fading away into pleasant nothingness, until an untroubled sleep finally drifted over her. Oh, they're all crazy. As much as I love it, I wish the sun wasn't so bright today. When she heard Sina's murmuring softly to herself, Esther turned to face the girl. They were out gathering flowers on a warm afternoon, with most of the chores already behind them. Since that morning, though, Sina had been acting a little less energetic than usual. Huh. Pale is cured! Bruh, just have love and affection to fight the pale. Then easy. Also, what the heck happened? I wish the sun wasn't so bright today. They were out gathering, most of the chores were already behind them. Huh. What, are you alright, Sina? You're not ill, are you? Ill? No. Oh no, I'm not ill. It's only just a headache. I get it sometimes, but I don't know why. Sina glanced downward as she mumbled her reply, as if confessing her pain made her feel embarrassed. You should go lie down, then. I can take care of the cemetery. No, I really do not need to. I can keep working. You shouldn't have to do it alone. Oh my god, Sina. It's fine, Sina. There's not much left to do. Rest, and a headache will go away sooner. She groaned softly in protest, pursing her lips together for a moment. Alright, I will, but only because you're so stubborn about it, Esther. Oh, such a relationship. I'll see you inside soon, alright? Please don't work too hard. Oh! For a second, I thought my internet died. Okay. It's fine. That's slightly hypocritical advice coming from you, isn't it? Esther, did I punch you in your sleep or something? You're ruthless today. Man, what is this? A relationship I see? Is this a relationship I see? Is this a normal couple conversation I see? I have to be ruthless to make you take care of yourself. Well, that's not something I'd ever expect to hear. Pursing her lips in pout, Sina prodded her fingers playfully against Ether's side, and the two of them broke into a light giggle. This is so Yuri! Yes, I see Yuri! I see Yuri! My goggles are punching the screen. My Yuri goggles. This is so Yuri! Oh my god! That whole conversation was just... When the other girl turned and left for the manor, Esther felt relieved in a way. Recently, Sina had been looking after her so much it almost made her uncomfortable. She jumped at any opportunity she had, even slightly, to repay the favor, though it never seemed like enough. Anything to keep that dream from becoming a reality, she thought grimly. You missed some Yuri. Some Yuri moments. Clutching the basket of flowers in one hand and her broom in other, Sina made her way along the path. Esther made her way along the path Sina had shown her. Oh god! Oh god, what's up? What's up? Oh! Yuri for days! Yo! Bro, I'm screaming in the middle of the night, Yuri. Alright, thank you for the dono. Oh! Bruh. I want to throw hands with Sina. No! Let the Yuri cease! No, don't let the Yuri cease. Let the Yuri continue. Clutching a basket of flowers in one hand and her broom in another, Esther made her way along the path Sina had shown her. Despite her poor sleep, she felt curiously energized today. Speaking was less challenging, and her body responded to her wishes more willingly. That howl screams Yuri. Yes! Than normal, like a weight was temporarily lifted from her shoulders. She truly come to enjoy working outside, especially on days like these, days when the forest felt like it accepted her somehow. Howley. Oh, but the cemetery. But despite her newfound comfort, there was still one place that sent an uncontrollable shiver down her spine as soon as she entered it. The cemetery. No matter how many times she visited this place with Sina, she could never shake the odd, unsettling sensation it gave her. It was all in her head, most likely. After all, Sina didn't seem to feel the same atmosphere, if her easy smiles were anything to go by. But even more strangely, Esther felt the undescribable pull towards this place, almost as if something was waiting for her, something she didn't know, something she didn't want to know, but she was being slowly led to uncover. A secret deeply buried, one that was surely better off that way. I see. As she finished tending the last of the graves, Esther's gaze finally drifted toward the single lonesome spot that she had avoided. Neighbor visible confusion. Nothing wrong with the howl here and there. The grim shape of the mausoleum, its doors shut tightly like a stone maul. There was no reason to bother with it. It's locked, Sina had said. I don't think I'll ever find the key. Despite her attempts to rationalize with herself, a powerful urge swept over Esther. She cautiously approached the stone, half expecting a repent of her dreams somehow. Unlike before, the door seemed tightly shut, and that when she tugged on the handles with no avail, it confirmed her suspicions. In between the ordinate stabs of stone, why would you want to go inside? Esther noticed a small, almost impeaceful slot. A keyhole, no doubt. A key of the matching side would be incredibly difficult to find if it was truly lost somewhere. Right? As that thought crossed her mind, Esther froze. Impossible. There was simply no chance. The likelihood of such coincidence is practically zero. Even though she fully understood it, she still couldn't control the sudden intense desire to try. Is she gonna go inside? No! No. Girl, just don't go inside! Last time you went inside, you almost died! At this point, I'm pretty sure her neighbors are used to hearing her howls. I would go there too, if much curiosity after having that dream. Bruh, I would not! That dream, I almost died of cold sweat! Who would think in real life would happen? Anyone know any apps for editing pics? I use Pixlr.e. No, I use that, it's a browser source. No, stay in Yuri. Dry sweat, I don't even know. It's cold sweat, I meant. Slowly, hesitantly, her drive drifted downward, feeling for her skirt pocket. Surely enough, a small bunk is rested there. The key would fit perfectly. She knew it before she even tried it. She could feel the pull between them somehow. Sure enough, as soon as she slid into the lock, the door with a "oh my god" echoed a low, ominous click. Yes, Yuri, that Yuri. Yes, Yuri, that Yuri. Yeah, yes, Yuri, that Yuri. Oh my god. As if she'd been burned, Esther jerked her hand back. It took her a moment to realize that she was trembling uncontrollably. Strangely enough, she didn't understand why. It was like an irresistible lure pulled her towards the mausoleum. At the same time, every fiber of her body screamed at her to run away. For now, the latter instinct won out. Hastily locking the doors again, she pulled. Oh, yes. Esther is safe. Safe! I can't download Photoshop for my device as it's stupid as a brainless frog. I mean, what I do is that I use something else. I use whatchamacallit. I believe I use Pixlr.e on browser. But I think I also use this other. There's a lot of Photoshop and picture editing apps. You're interested, eh? You're interested, eh? Sorry. Hastily locking the door, she pushed the key back into her skirt. She could investigate the interior some other time, preferably while not alone. Yes! Smart! But deep down, Esther had an overpowering feeling that sooner or later, something would bring her back here. I wonder... Oh, what a bright sun. Oh god. Leaving the cemetery behind, she finished up the remaining chores in a distant, murky haze of thought. Her dream, a mausoleum, the key. The key in particular disturbed her greatly. It almost certainly belonged to Isaiah, which meant it likely fallen out of his pocket in the woods. But why? Why would he be carrying something so specific with him, especially such a distance away from the manor? Had he been out on a walk? Or was he running away? Everything about it seemed so strange, including the remarkable coincidence that she stumbled upon such a tiny thing. It was almost as if she had meant to find the key. Is that why she disappeared? He didn't die. He disappeared. That's what happened. So, he had the key, he opened the doors, and then he went inside like that. in a distant, murky haze of thought. What? What are you guys talking about, huh? What are you guys talking about? It was almost as if she'd been meant to find the key. As if it wanted to be found. I feel like it's just luring people to die. Bruh, I wouldn't want to do it. Esther returned to the manor as the afternoon began steadily waning into evening. Her unsettling discovery made her want to head straight for the right study in the hope that she could find something about the mausoleum in Isaiah's writing. But as she started to pass by the slightly open bedroom door, a strange hesitation suddenly forced her to stop. Her dream. Those words of loathing that Xenia spoke. The idea of hearing them again made Esther uncontrollably shudder. It took all of her willpower to force herself closer to the door and lean forward to peek inside. Xenia's small form was curled up peacefully on top of the bedsheet, fast asleep. She looked as innocent as any human could possibly be, her gentle expression completely different from that cold look Esther had witnessed in her nightmare. Of course she did. This place? Gordon, are you getting mad at Xenia again? Huh? Of course she did. It was only a dream. Just a lingering dream. Sighing quietly, Esther pulled back from the door. She'd never been so paranoid about something before. It wasn't a welcome change. That was that much she could say for certain. This place has a stand. Wouldn't be the first time. What? Inside the study, the sun's warm rays leaked in sleepily through the window, though they were already beginning to recede. Esther, you... Bruh! It was still bright enough to read without a candle, so Esther hurried over to untouched shelves and began to quickly leaf through various loose papers. She scanned each page for a mention of the mausoleum before setting it aside, trying to keep herself more focused on her topic of interest. However, almost everything she saw was related to the study of magic, charms, hexes, talismans, and many other non-clear, unscientific things. Before long, the sun has completely receded into darkness. She had little choice but to light the candles in order to keep reading. Then, as her eyes flickered across the unrelated journal entry, something about it caught her attention. It was unmistakably Isaiah's handwriting, but it seemed even shakier, more chaotic than before. As usual, she couldn't contain her curiosity. Raising it up to the light, she peered at the erratic words, trying to parse his unstable penmanship. Okay, I'm fine. Once corrupted by the evils of society, there is no redemption for the faltering spirit. Simple pleasures turn into bitter clinicism, childlike wonder shifts into suspicions, and a love for life becomes a need for relief, an outlet to escape the dread of facing another day. But in my daughter's unending joy, I have rediscovered a meaning of my own existence, a redemption of all these poisonous thoughts and feelings. My sole wish is that her smile never darkens and remains forever unbroken by worldly sorrows and disillusionment. I did something good. Yo, what happened? Bro, Isaiah's getting excited from his Sena and Esther fanfiction. Where did this come from? What? She will be fully independent, completely removed from the mundane evils of society. No one shall find her here, and she shall not go to them. Alas, I know that it was only a matter of time before someone ventures into these woods despite their ill reputation. For that reason, I have redoubled my efforts to protect this place, as I know my days are swiftly running out. Through my recent research of the arcane has yielded a little, I've stumbled upon an ancient charm of warding that should serve me well. In order for a living human to find the house, they either must share my blood or be carrying one of my possessions. Any common thing will do, as long as it is attached to a memory of mine. If I remain in contact with Jeremiah and ever ask him to visit, I would only need to send him a letter with a trinket attached. But now any passerby would be subconsciously keep their distance from the warder's border, so subtly they surely will never notice it, even if they're actively seeking the manor. In this way, I will keep the two of us safe in our isolation. Check Discord? Oh, okay. What's up? What happened? Oh my god. Oh. I like how you even named it my Okay. Yes, you have the power of God and anime by your side. And Photoshop. Oh my god. Dude. Bruh, this could be your face. This could be your face on that is being hugged by Esther right now. My god, why is that so funny? Alright, we're back. This way, I'll keep you two safe in our isolation. Even when I'm gone, there's no risk of Sina ever being found or lured away by an intruder. This security brings me some comfort in my last remaining days of lucid thought. Bruh, don't just keep her for yourself. Yeesh. I love her so very, very dearly, my Sina. I'm distantly, painfully aware that I do not deserve her, and I've become a little more than a bitter shell, something that once harbored a relentless investment in the world around him, but no longer. No matter how much I attempt to change my ways, I feel like I am made of stone, unable to alter and improve myself without crumbling into useless pieces. That's why I will do anything, everything, to keep her from becoming what I am. I will keep her for myself. Alright, Steve Buns. If she never tastes the scorn of a life beyond nature's boundaries, then she will be spared from the spiritual death it harbors. She will always retain her innocence, her childlike love for all she sees, and no one may ever shatter the fragile beauty her world yet retains. If she comes to despite me for keeping her here, then so be it. It pains me to know that she does not see the truth behind my warnings, but one day I hope she will come to understand how I only acted out of love, selfish though it may be. Esther. Her gaze finally lifted from the rambling words. It took her a moment to fully process what she read, connecting it to the very same coincidence she has been dwindling on earlier. The key. Murmuring it aloud in astonishment, she subconsciously reached down for the small lump in her pocket. Did his warning charm actually work? Was that why, despite the rumors of someone living in the forest, nobody ever discovered the manor before? But if she had never stumbled upon a Isaiah's key, she would have passed right by this place, avoiding it without even after noticing. But Isaiah had never wanted anyone else to come here. If he knew that Esther was living with his daughter, he would be furious at both of them. A pain sharp of guilt cut through her, despite the fact that she didn't agree with his outlook. Surely it wasn't fair for him to keep Sina isolated, and yet the idea of shattering Isaiah's dying wishes filled her with deepened sadness. Aww. And in a way, she almost felt like she knew him. Through all his intimate writings and Santa's description, she come to understand at least a part of him, though to feel his bitterness and sorrow. Enough to feel his bitterness and sorrow. To think that he would have hated Esther if he saw her now, taking over his place in the manor, sharing her life and experiences with Senya. Bruh, she just stole Senya just like that. Senya. I met. He would have sought to tear them apart. Ah! Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god, that scared me. That moment. A horrible dizziness crashed into Esther, sending the world into a blurry spiral. She could hear her ears ringing. For a moment, it felt like she was about to lose consciousness completely. Stumbling out into the hallway, she made her way unsteadily towards the bedroom, leaning against the wall for support. Senya was gone. It didn't surprise her, but to see an empty room made a strange panic flutter into her chest. Part of her wanted to call out, but no, she was fine. It had only been a short, dizzy spell. It wasn't time to take her medicine yet. Still too early. And yet she feels so weak, as if she or the world would come crumbling down at any moment. If she laid down for a few minutes, maybe the awful sensation would leave her. She just wanted to leave. Esther? Senya's voice suddenly permeated into the ringing in her ears. Turning around, she saw a small little girl watching her with obvious worry and confusion in her eyes. Esther? Are you alright? Do you have a fever? She quickly reached out and put her palm on Esther's forehead, trying to feel her temperature. No, I'm fine. Just a little dizzy. Oddly enough, right as she spoke those words, a sensation abruptly vanished. She still felt slightly off balance, but the ringing had stopped completely. I got her. Never mind. Yeah, Sena got her. Dizzy? Oh dear. You haven't eaten since morning, have you? I wonder if that's it. You really don't eat nearly enough, Esther. Signing affectionately. Oh? Sarah reached out to take her hand. Oh? Pulling her gently back towards the hallway. Bruh, they're gonna handhold again? What is this? Why don't we go start on dinner? A meal and some hot tea would make you feel better. I'm sure of it. Alright. I'm sorry for making you worry. Why would you be sorry? It's not like it's your fault. It's hard looking after oneself. Believe me, I should know. Oh? 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 No kissing. What do you mean no kissing? Are you just not allowing the Esther to kiss? Is this what? I'm refilling my water. Alright. That's why it's nice to have someone else around. ... Aww. As happy as it made Esther to hear Sena's reaffirmation, a flicker of guilt bit into her stomach again. It refused to fade so easily this time, following her as they descended the stairs to the kitchen. Even when they sat down for the meal, she felt distracted, unable to enjoy their relaxing time together as much as usual. After a while, Sena's presence helped diminish the unpleasant thoughts that haunted Esther. She felt a little more reassuring whenever her friend fuzzed over her, if only because it was a reminder that Senya truly cared. Her stomach has teeth? The heck? When? Making the other girl laugh and smile eased her worries too, especially since it seemed like the opposite of what Isaiah would fear would happen. But as they returned to the parlor, warming themselves by the fire, like always, a nagging thought found its way to the forefront of Esther's mind. She had to tell Senya about the mausoleum. It didn't feel right to keep the key a secret. Besides, maybe Senya knew something else useful about it, like a clue as to why Isaiah had been carrying the key with him. Could I ask you something, Senya? Of course, you don't need to ask if you can ask. Senya giggled lightly. She saw Esther's solemn expression, however the smile soon faded from her features. About the Monasteum. Have you ever been inside of it? The Monasteum? No, I haven't. Bruh, her eyes moved. Bruh, that was scary. She shook her head somberly, looked slightly unnerved. I think I told you before, but I don't have the key. I found it. I have the Mausoleum key. Gasping audibly, Senya stared at her in shock. Hey, Ellie, I'm late for Yuri time. Yeah, you are. You found it? But how? Where? I've searched all over the manor, all through the grounds, even in the woods outside. Did Papa hide it somewhere? Pulling out the key to offer it to Santa, she started to explain what happened. How she found it, far away in the woods, her sudden realization it was for the mausoleum, and her discovery of Isaiah's protective ward around the manor. She was too embarrassed to mention her dream, which in truth was the only reason why she tried the key in the first place. I saw something sus on Discord, Steam Buns. I'm late, but there's still no kissing. What do you mean? Okay, no. But they did sleep with each other, Ellie! So, there is improvement. So, come on. Otherwise, it would likely slip her mind completely. Yeah, they were holding hands again. They actually held hands 2 times today. Like, come on. Once Esther had finished speaking, Senya sat in thoughtful silence for a moment. Slowly, hesitantly, she reached out to take the tiny key, curling her fingers around it so lightly that she seemed to be afraid it'd burn her. I'd forgotten about it until now, but I remember Papa mentioning something about the award. It wasn't long before. She trailed off, holding the keys tightly against her chest. I don't remember any holding hands. I remember. Esther put a gentle hand on her shoulder. In response, Senya smiled at her gratefully, still visibly shaken, but she seemed to recover herself quickly. Papa did warn me to never go into the monastery, especially not with him. He probably carried the key around so I couldn't find it. But he always refused to tell me why I couldn't go inside. It was so frustrating. Again, her mind unwillingly flashed back to her dream. A sense of foreboding crawled over her, but she did her best to force it away and ignore it. Huh? Gordon and Esther? What is this? Bruh, Gordon be... Look at that new hairstyle, man. Look how she massacred my Esther. What do you mean? Bruh, I wonder what's in the monastery. Me too, I wonder. They're getting daring now. Yeah, they are. Bruh, Senya just was like, bruh, let's sleep together. And then they were like, really? Really? Together? Maybe we could take a look there together sometime. It seems safe. I mean, I wouldn't want to go too deep inside if it was falling apart, of course. They even slept together and then they hugged each other to sleep. End of story. I'd like to see it. I don't know why, but I feel like it's important somehow. Well then, maybe it's important. It's worth believing in your instincts. They know a lot more than we do, I think. Her smile slowly began to brighten again. She reached up to poke the tip of Esther's nose teasingly. Ow. Eh, what do you mean, ow? I barely even touched your nose. You don't know your whole strength. My whole face went numb. Esther. I love these conversations. It's so cute. Unable to contain herself at Senia's pouting, Esther broke into a stifled laugh. Senia joined in, and before long they fell into a comfortable, easy chatter while curling up on the couch. Ellie! Oh, yeah! Bruh. Esther is superior. I believe in Esther's superiority. Bruh, Ellie, you missed a lot of these conversations. They're so cute. At her friend's behest, Esther shared some stories about her time at the academy and the days back before she contracted the Pale. Though her thoughts were still occasionally drifted back to the mausoleum, sharing her findings with Senia had lifted a huge burden from her shoulders in much-needed relief. Senia's interest in everything she said helped distract her too. She never met anyone who held such an interest in what she had to say. It fascinated her how the most mundane things, law, custom, crimes, politics, enraptured the other girls so much. The only views she acquired from the world had come from Isaiah and the various books that the fiction and non-fiction he gave her to read. It was very limited, carefully curated sections of knowledge, focused mostly on the natural world, and even her fictional stories were so fantastical that they barely touched on any aspects of modern society. Rejects Senia, return to Esther, and Esther we trust. Oh God. Esther found it interesting, too, how explaining her own culture aloud made it so odd and contrived. There were so many countless versatile laws and customs that had no place anymore, and yet most people still treat them as indispensable. In a way, Esther could understand Isaiah's scorn for civilized society. Falling into patterns of traditional thought, never questioning them, leading one into a cycle of misery without ever fully understanding it. It was really frustrating. That is how it works. There's still a lot of old people in the government, and there's still a lot of people that are in charge that they shouldn't be because they have different thoughts than everyone, which is lower thoughts. Yed. Yes. And Sarah was spared that she was from such thoughts seemed so blissfully beyond all of it. Perhaps that explained why Esther's guilt refused to be rationalized away. Like Isaiah, she only wanted what was best for her friend. The idea that she was someone contaminating Senia's mind with outside influence made her feel deeply uncertain, even if the other girls seemed so eager to learn about the world outside her own. Yadi! My God, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Finally, as the fire began to die down, the pair returned upstairs to their room. Let me guess, they still won't kiss, but they sleep together. How is that possible? I know, right? As Senia put on her nightgown, Esther quickly injected herself with her nightly medicine, gritted her teeth to finish it as quickly as possible. Luckily, it seemed easier than normal today, maybe because there's another presence nearby. After they both of them had changed into their more comfortable nightwear, they crawled under the bed covers before the chill could seep into their bones. This time, Senia was still awake when she snuggled up to Esther, draping her arm across her waist. Aww. J was pronounced differently. Huh? What? Yedja. Yeda. I hope they won't kiss. What do you mean? Why not? An unimaginable, unstoppable force stopped it. No! The unimaginable, unstoppable force stopped them from kissing. So sleepy. Good night, Esther. Sleep well, Senia. Peaceful, warm silence draped over them after the exchange were replaced by the calm rhythm of their breathing. Before long, Esther found her consciousness easily ebbing away. It was the gentlest sleep she had ever fallen into. In her last moments of coherent thought, she found herself deeply, coherently grateful for it. Yej, I moaned, and then lured off by the warmth of Senior's arm and the cozy, soft pillow, she sank into the comfortable darkness. A small white shape laid fallen among the leaves. See, how's that possible? It's just how it is. As he bent down to pick it up, Isaiah felt a strange sharp pang in his chest, and his throat felt tightly uncomfortable. She hadn't dropped it. She had thrown it tearfully to the ground, turning away as if she couldn't bear the sight of it. You're so unfair. Why can't I go there? Why can't I have a friend? You don't love me at all. You only care about yourself. Foolish girl. Shouting at him so rashly, then running off into the middle of the night. What was she thinking? If she wasn't careful, she could have gotten hurt. She might trip or fall, run into a wild animal, or get lost out in the woods. He thought he raised her to be smarter than this. Ooh, it's pretty. Holding the white cat under one arm, Isaiah beginning to swiftly stride her paw, his jaw tightly clenched. Yeah, it's pretty, horror. It's all Isaiah's fault. Bruh, Ellie. No, Isaiah's the one that brought them together, more like it. She'd run off to the direction of the graveyard, little wonder considering how it seemed to be her favorite place. But he always disliked it. No matter how many times he visited the cemetery, he could never shake the unpleasant feeling of being watched by someone. We got a supernatural dad now, I guess so. Senior. Stop this ridiculous behavior. Don't act like a spoiled, petulant child. Although he called out into the darkness in a loud, stern voice, his voice briefly cracked. It was a waste of time for both of them, and if she scraped her knee or twisted her ankle, running blindly through the trees, it would be more of an inconvenience, wouldn't it? She never acted so impulsively before. Perhaps she inherited her mother's carelessness after all, and it was all finally building up to rear its ugly head in her behavior. As he entered the cemetery grounds, his gaze quickly scanned across the sea of graves. It was no sign of Senya, but in the distance he glimpsed something that made his blood run cold. The Mausoleum doors. They were open. Had she fled inside there? Oh no. His strong claustrophobic had kept him from ever venturing into that place. With the old writings in the manor grounds, he knew that it was a deep labyrinth set of catacombs, untouched for many, many years. Running around in its depth without any light was beyond foolish. What on earth had gotten into that girl? Oof. Although his first instinct was to charge in after her before she could get too far, he forced himself to stop. If he went in blind, they would both end up lost. If he had go back and fetch a lamp first. He had followed his mind before his instinct. Good. After a long moment of hesitation, he turned sharply on his heels and dashed towards the manor. He grabbed the first lamp he found inside. Isaiah ran back to the graveyard as fast as she could, panic adrenaline flooding through his veins. She became a cat. Maybe she did, and one day in one hand he still clutched the small stuffed toy, squeezing it so tightly that his sharp knuckles seemed to verge rupturing through his skin. Senior. He couldn't let any harm come to her. Foolish, foolish girl. He had taught her not to act so rashly, warned her over and over again. Of course she hadn't listened to her. She was her mother's daughter, uncontrollable flame, intent on burning itself out. She had said it herself, it seems. Why wouldn't she just listen to him? Realize he was protecting her, giving everything just to keep her safe. The ungrateful little... Well, it's a kid. Sometimes kids don't think about that stuff. He forced himself through the mausoleum doors. His foot echoed off the wall, a sharp but hollow sound, a loud, far, far loud. The lamp hit his hand, only illuminated a few feet in front of him, the remaining darkness blocking him tightly on every side. Down the cracked stairs, dust clogging his lungs, his heart racing at a sickening speed. His mind struck by the image of Santa's terrified face, alone in the dark, wherever she was now. Ah, yes. Wait, what? New costume? What new costume? What are you talking about? In the depth corridor, there was still no signs of Sina. Only the long, ominous shapes of Cassia burrowing in the wall, standing along the hallway like a silent sentinel resting in the dark. Bro, I'm not gonna get a new costume. I don't think I am, though. I don't really even know if... Because, like, here's the thing. I want a 2D model, but that stuff expensive. And I don't really want to get a new 3D model because I want to transfer it to 2D. So I don't really know what to do. Although the ceilings were higher than he expected, it felt like his chest slightly turned and forced his breaths to go shallow. Xenia? Her name emerged from a little more weak than a fearful whisper. Bruh, no name no maid outfit, no name. That is the last thing I'm gonna do. As the sound of his own voice sank into his head, a bitter bile swift rose from the back of his throat. What a pathetic coward he was, unable to call out for his own daughter, petrified by his basest phobia. Xenia, can you hear me? He was forced himself to shout. However, instead of carrying it further, his voice seemed to die out within a moment. It was as if something had smothered it, something beyond the underground walls that surround him. Even if he were to scream, the sound would surely suffocate before it echoed any further. Unnatural acoustics were only protected by his fear. More importantly, Santa was here. If Santa was here, he had to find him. Quickly now, before she wandered deeper into the labyrinth. Bye, Kaylin. Good night-os. Sky 2D is what I need now, but I can't. It's so expensive. You speak the truth, my good sir. Take care. Nice, Maidskin. Oh god, Maidskin. No. Bye, Kaylin. With a lamp stretched, Senior's stuffed animal tucked behind his arm, Isaiah began to wind his way through the corridors. One in his pockets, he had withered remnants of several flowers Senior had given him not long ago. Silly as it was, he preferred to keep them on person instead of putting them in a vase. Now, however, it was only necessary to use them for another purpose. But whenever he rounded another corridor, he dropped a small color petal at the edge, and it would be enough for him to find his way back, most likely. Senior? I'm not cross with you. Come out, and we'll act as if none of this ever happened. He called out to her again, forcing himself to sound calm and dryly patient. His eyes fell on the statue across the hall. He had already passed the unsettling amount of them. Their tall, shrouded figures never ceased to serve them. I'll make you a pot of your favorite tea and we'll read together by the fire. What's your favorite way to spend the cold night, isn't it? Far better than huddling in the dark and the cold. That smile had weakly thread across his lips, felt wrong, like a coffin opening from inside. Something that never should have happened. Something that could have been avoided. No, he hadn't done anything wrong. Huh? What happened? Sina? Sina, please. Another corner. What's going on? If Skylark receives a maid costume, she needs to say, "No, I'm not." Another long, empty corridor that stretched out before him, same as the others. Was she even here? Should he turn back? What if he left, not knowing she was just around the corner? No, the door was open. She had to be here. He knew she was. He knew it. Don't treat your father like this. If you want me to apologize, I will, I promise. Don't run away from me. The strength in his voice slowly crumbled, returning to the same tremble whispered as before. Bitter and self-pity, yet still pleading, clinging to the arrogant faith that he deserved to get his daughter back. But he did. Didn't he? Had he done everything for her, given everything for her? How could she disappear? Leave him, her father, alone, and lost, searching in vain, panicking and hopeless. Then he glimpsed it, a disturbance in the dust, a shadow of a footprint. His heart leapt. It had to be hers. Another one, leading down the corridor, around another corridor. He had to follow. The channel slowly turning into a cosplay cafe VTuber. Huh? The heck? He ran. The pounding in his chest threatened to stop his heart altogether, so intense that it overwhelmed him with dizziness and fresh nausea. If she was here, she was here. He had to find her. They had to escape. It wasn't safe. Something about it was wrong. Oh, no. Wait. Did the thing trick? Shoot. Oh, hey, Ray, welcome to the stream. Shoot. He could feel it, eating away his head, into his head, waiting, watching, staring, lurching, moving, following, hunting, closing in, closer, running in circles, following his own footsteps, faster, closer, finally. Found. Around the next corner. Oh god, their faces, their faces. He knew it. He had to run. It wasn't her, it was never her, it was them. He had to run. But no matter how much he ran, they were always right there. When he stared at them, the voices entered his head. Peel off your skin. Drill inside your skull. Drag out your intestine. What the heck? Pure and terrified hatred of rejection of everything, of himself. He couldn't leave. There was no exit. There was never any pedals, never any footprints. Too late. They were calling in his ears, eating into his head, grinding it all up, living inside him, pulling him down into a casket, shutting the lid. Down. Rot. Decay. You ended it, Isaiah. Oh my god. Those voices are metal. I don't have my headphones on because I knew that was gonna happen. So I don't have my headphones on. I'm so thankful I put them off, so I couldn't hear those stinking voices. Oh my god. So that's how he died. Wow. I mean, I did say no skin-to-skin contact, so I did have credit too. Oh my god, bruh, she was scared. Jesus, that place was cursed. A loud choke gasp poured from her throat. She jerked upright, panting, coughing, as sweat dripped off of her forehead into her eye. A dream. No, another nightmare. But she couldn't remember. No! Remember it! You should remember it! No! But she couldn't remember it. What on earth had she seen? It was horrible, so horrible, yet and had completely vanished from her mind, leaving behind no trace except her frantically racing heartbeat. To her surprise, the spot beside her bed was empty. It was still dark, so why had Xenia left? Then she stared numbly at the white sheets. She realized she could hear something. The soft pattering of rain. She hadn't awoken in the middle of the night. It was just dark and gloomy morning. Oh, it was a dark and gloomy morning. They didn't have to take no skin-to-skin contact that literal. My god. Time check. Yeah. Pulling herself to the side of the bed, Esther shifted to stand on her feet. Oh god, that scared me. The legs started to give away. She managed to grab the bedpost steadily herself just in time. The dull, numbing sensation spread over her spine, slowly draining the energy from her surrounding muscles as it traveled further downward. No, you can't. It was painfully familiar. The same reaction she felt so many times before on dark days where she tried to drag herself upright after awakening. But since she'd been staying at the manor, she hadn't experienced it fully until today. Esther drew in a deep, unsteady breath. she could do it. Even while acutely accurate of her own weakness, she the feeling of being a severed puppet, she could still force herself to move. Spooky years dream. Yeah. I knew it wasn't gonna happen the moment she breathed, gingerly, carefully, trying to suppress her feel of falling at any moment. Moving around the bed's perimeter, holding onto the edge with one hand, Esther slowly staggered over to her folded clothes. The crippling numbness gradually became less noticeable as she dressed herself, her subconscious mind adjusting to nearly dead weight of each limb. "Hey, Terrence, welcome!" A part of her is begging to lie back down, to try and sleep out the deliberation, but she wanted to stay awake, to go and greet Sienna, to face the day, to make progress with Isaiah's research. Anything, no matter how small, was better than surrendering completely. After steadying herself for a few minutes, Esther made her way down the stairs, adjusting to the weight at little more with every step. She could see Senia's small figure seated in the chair before the fire, holding a mug of tea in her hands. Ah! When she noticed Esther, Senia blinked, her eyes drifting away rather suddenly. She took a long sip of her tea before lowering the cup with a faint smile on her lips. It seemed different somehow. Thin. Uncertain. "Hello, Esther. I woke up early today and couldn't get back to sleep. I already been doing things around the house for a little bit. Since it's raining, I'm going to clean the parlor and the rooms at the back manor. I don't use much, but you can go ahead and spend the day with Papa's research if you like. I already had breakfast. I left some for you in the kitchen." Then there was something unusually strained about Senia's voice, as if the casual brightness of her words were forced, and tucked to show instead of her normal easy warmth. "Well then, I'm going to start with one of this old storage room. I think I'll see you later, Finishing the rest of her tea in a gulp, she set the empty cup on the end table, swiftly raising her feet. "Yes. Thank you for the meal." "Ah, it's all right. If you want anything else before dinner, there's plenty in the pantry. Good luck with the research." Did she see the dream too? Oh, maybe. Maybe. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing, fine. I'm a bit shooketh. After the brief pause, she turned to hurry towards the stairs, her swift footfalls echoing through the foyer. Her absence left Esther in a twisted knot in her gut, a sudden, almost nauseating fear that she had done something horribly wrong. But how? Sina had been acting perfectly fine the previous night, even curling up tightly against her for comfort. Oh. Okay, in the end, I wasn't able to finish this game. I guess we'll continue it. I've been doing, literally 6 hours on this game that's only supposed to be 4 hours. How long is this game supposed to be? But man, oh my god. Let me save. What? Well, it's if speedrun it seems, bruh. Part 10 next month. What is this? This is extras. Did I miss something? I missed something. Wait, what? What? There's no choices in the game. How the heck did I miss something? Okay. Well, I'll see you guys there. Hang in there, but I'll make it. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Making it is good. But yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I gotta go. Tomorrow I am playing Danganronpa. But yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh! Thank you for the stream. Anytime. Bye byes. Bye byes. I'm waving. I'm waving 2 hands now. Bye byes.